Hey guys, and welcome back to my long-awaited model trains reviews. Now, as you know, it's been a decade since I last did those reviews, and you can see here I've got a different table layout, but enough about that. Let's talk about Flying Scotsman right here, in a BR condition. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because this year is her centennial, and she's now 100. Now, this is the livery people may remember on its inaugural run after it came back from its lengthy overhaul, which costed about like £4.2 million, and it was completed at Ian Riley's workshops in Bury, on behalf of the National Railway Museum. But anyway, let's get on to the details. Oh, look at that! Doesn't she look stunning? Even with the double chimney and smoke deflectors that you can see around the smoke box right here. You know, there's big elephant ears. Well, that's what she had in the 1960s, to lift up smoke from the chimney to improve the driver's vision. And the double chimney on the top of the smoke box is meant to improve her performance and efficiency, and which also works very well on the main line today. But people will be wondering, why isn't Flying Scotsman in the apple green for her centenary year? Because, well, to be honest, if you watch the NRM Curators with a Question video with Bob Gwynn and Anthony Coors on the NRM, well, Bob Gwynn did explain that Flying Scotsman's been through many changes to its shape, really. And as you see here, it's very close to how it was in 1963. And it's right that it should be in this shape, in the BR green. And the Ellenyau apple green would really suit the engine if she was in A1 condition. And well, she hasn't been like that since the late 1940s, despite the fact that Alan Pegler ran it in the apple green, and in the early 2000s, under the ownership of Tony Margington, it was running in apple green with smoke deflectors. But anyway, I'm not going to risk holding this engine, because if we look here, if I could get it, I can hold it right here like a crane would do. You can see here it's permanently coupled to the tender, which means great care must be used when handling this type of model. So I don't want to risk breaking its weak parts. Now we go on the back here. There's a corridor tender, which is used for changing crews while the train is on the move. Now, that was conducted by Sir Nigel Gresley, who had the idea of squeezing through a small corridor. Now, what Gresley did was he actually arranged these dining room chairs in his dining room against the wall. I mean, he was quite a big bloke, and then he decided how much room he needs to squeeze through. And he said, if I can squeeze through there, then all my crew can. I mean, the Ellenyau was the only company to use corridor tenders. And then they were later seen on the streamlined A4s like Mallard. Except Mallard never had a corridor tender to begin with. It only had that in BR days. And if we look here, you can see 60103, which is a BR number. And there's overhead warning stickers, which is for when she's on the main line. Let me just zoom into her nameplate here. There you can see her, Flying Scotsman. And you see, yes, she's a 462 wheel arrangement. Which means she's got 4 small wheels at the front, which is like the bogie wheels, and 6 driving wheels, and 2 carrying wheels at the back. And there's another overhead warning sticker you can see here, and also on the chassis. Now, mind you, during Scotsman's overhaul, they found that some parts of her were bad, that they were beyond repair, like the frame stretchers and the front section of the frames. Mind you, if you remember that documentary with Robson Green, he helped the team at Bury restore Flying Scotsman. Because, the actor, Robson Green, the actor, yeah, I remember him from other shows like Ryan the Blood and Waterloo Road. Mind you, if you tell Robson Green you saw Flying Scotsman, he'd be all like, oh yeah, the main steam pipe glands? I helped fit those. Well, it was not me who did it, it was Robson who did it. And you can see here that's a little teapot whistle on the cab. That's what she's equipped with today. Now, when I saw her in the NRM's collection, she had the chime whistle on the smoke deflector. as we can turn it around a bit. You can see that's where the chime whistle was when the NRM purchased it. But anyway, I think that'll be enough reviews for today. Anyway, I hope you might enjoy seeing Flying Scotsman wherever she goes, but always remember to stay safe on the railways, because we don't want to risk people getting hurt or being fatally wounded. Ooh, we don't want that, do we? And so anyway, until next time. Oh yeah, I should notice you can see the vacuum pipe right here, which when I first saw her, she didn't even have the vacuum pipe when she was under the Marchington's ownership. Well, without the vacuum pipe, it limited its option to visit heritage railways. But if you see her now, she's equipped with both she's equipped with dual brakes. Which is, well, we've got the air brake and stuff for when she's got air brakes for when she's on the main line, and a vacuum pipe for when she's on heritage railways. But I still quite like her in the double chimney and smoke deflectors. Although she's got an A3 boiler, you can see right here. But when I first saw her, she had like an A4 type boiler, the same type that was fitted on Mallard, but it isn't strictly the right pressure vessel for the engine. Well, she has, like you see here, what's called an A3 boiler, which is the type of car that Scotsman is. Well, the boiler that Scotsman is now fitted with is what she was acquired with as a spare when it joined the National Collection in 2004. I couldn't believe what the challenge would be like keeping engines like Flying Scotsman in peak condition. That requires a lot of dedication, a lot of grit and determination to keep them going. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention that, if you look here, she's got 60103 at the front. Now this is like, she's got split handrails here, which is like how she was in 1963 when she was withdrawn, when Alan Pegler purchased it. And she's got 34A, like we saw in my review on Mallard in the railroad range in BR Green. Like the same shed plate that Sir Nigel Gresley and Dwight D. Eisenhower have. I mean, 34A means that like it was allocated to King's Cross top shed, which is now no longer in existence. And she's got A3 on the front buffer beam. Anyway, I better leave this off right here. And like I said, I hope you enjoy seeing Flying Scotsman wherever she goes up and down the country. But remember to stay safe. And so until next time, bye!